Hey everybody, before the show started, I wanted to jump in and make a quick usual announcement that I make. By the time you listen to this episode, if you listen to it on the day that it comes out or the day after, then you will still be in time to attend our cast party, the second cast party that we're going to have. It's going to be on November 1st. At 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Eastern U.S. Time. That will be streamed on our YouTube channel. That YouTube channel is Complex Action Actual Play. Search for it there. You can also go to the website complexaction.net/actual play, and there's a link to our YouTube videos there. The live stream will have an event up there that you can click on, and you can actually see it. It'll tell you when it's going to be. I'm scheduling it, and when it goes live, you'll also be able to go there to the videos and just click on it and join in live and ask questions of our cast and talk about what's been going on lately. We enjoyed it a lot the first time, so we're doing it again. Looking forward to seeing you guys. So I'll get out of your way and let you listen to the show. You're listening to the Complex Action Actual Play podcast. It's between runs, so for this team of Shadowrunners, that means party. This time, Elric throws an awkward housewarming party after getting Rudolph to help him find a better place, better suited for magical lodge making. Oh, and Pillar buys a new car. A sexy, sexy new car. Now please enjoy episode 11, The Cocotaxi. All right, but it shouldn't be too hard for Elric to find time to sit down with Rudolph. So, what did you want to talk about?
Hey, I was wondering, I got a bit of new yen, and I was thinking about making some upgrades to the former classroom that I've been squatting in.
Yes.
Anyway, I know you know a lot of people, so maybe I'd like to hire some different, I don't know, who know how to work with buildings and stuff, and install, I don't know, some better climate control, maybe.
Some better climate control? What kind of... You have a problem with the air conditioning?
There isn't any.
Oh, fair enough.
So I don't know if I just want to do a box thing or something or whatever, but I don't know. I didn't really know about that sort of stuff. But I'd like to kind of upgrade my accommodations, if you know what I mean, including some of the security. Maybe a better door or maglock or something.
Yeah. There's a contractor that I work with occasionally. He helped me out a lot early on when getting this place set up, and I imagine that if you tell me the kinds of things that you need done, I can pass that along to him and get him to get in touch with you. You know, that kind of thing.
Okay. I'll sort of blah blah fast forward through. Essentially, what I'm doing is upgrading my lifestyle from squatter to low without having to move.
Right, okay. I understand. Yeah. Well, hold on just a second. I want to turn off these notification sounds. And then, all right. So after hearing you say all that, he says, well, you know, the place that you're living now, the way you're describing all this, you know, not all the places where we live are exactly the same. I've got, you know, if you want, we can get you out of that place and into another place. You know, it might be easier, or if you like that particular place, we can figure that out too.
Oh, no, I've got no particular attachment to that. I guess I just hadn't thought of moving into a different location. But if there's an opening, I do require a fair bit of room so I can set up a lodge eventually.
All right. Let me think. He says, so there's a place. Yeah, I can set you up. I think I've got a room with a place with a decent amount of room. It's on the south side of the university. It's kind of not right on the horseshoe, but it's back there. I got a place.
Great. Well, I'll plan to move my things when it's ready then.
Sure. Yeah, I can probably have it ready. But I'll let you know. It shouldn't be more than a day or two.
And do you know if anybody does any sort of like self-defense classes around here? Based on the stuff I've been getting into lately, I figured it might be useful to learn some moves or something.
Yeah, I actually happen to know of somebody that just a little guy that I know. He might be able to help you with that. It's karate, if you're interested in that particular. I don't know if you have a particular style. I don't know much about martial arts myself.
I don't know. Karate sounds good, I guess.
He's a pretty cool, fiery little guy. His name's Tomatoes.
Tomatoes, huh?
Yep. He lives out in West Columbia, far out in West Columbia. He's got a little. He's a gnome to some people might not. Just giving you a heads up. He's a little weird guy, and he's good at what he does though. And we've got he's helped me out around here before, and he actually runs a little karate dojo out there for kids. But I know that he holds a special class in the evening once a week for adults.
Thanks. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time. If you need anything done, just let me know.
Yeah, of course. As always. Thank you.
Other than that, I'm just going to kind of do some downtime stuff. Going to try to acquire a new spell formula and learn it. And I'm going to get a point in unarmed combat.
All right, cool. Spell formula shouldn't be hard. You have contacts that could help you with that.
Yeah, I think I'd go to Morningstar.
Right.
I'm still picking the spell, so
Okay.
deciding between a couple different ones.
Anybody else got some downtime stuff to take care of?
Not I. I'm saving my money and saving my karma.
Is one of those spells physical barrier?
I already have that one.
I'll visit my parole officer if she calls me.
Of course. At the scheduled time, you are called and asked to come in for a visit. Routine stuff.
Yeah, no problem.
I figure Haley has been searching the city, following any clues, revisiting people, making sure they remember that she's looking for information.
Yeah, speaking of Rudolph, at some point, over the course of time since the last job that you did, would eventually find time to catch you and talk to you and probably pulls you aside and says, "So, Haley, how are things going? Have you found anything else? Have you found anything out about, what you've been looking for?"
No, nobody seems to know who I am. I mean, you would think that people would notice me, but nobody does.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people in the city, and you're far from the most ostentatious of them. He kind of jokes.
Well, I mean, I know, but how many people can lose somebody who's my age? I mean, come on. It's not like, people disappear. Okay, well, maybe people disappear every day, but it's still not normal. You still look for them.
Yeah, I know. I really think about it all the time. I really hope that, I hope you find it. It's strange. It really is.
I mean, if I didn't know any better, I'd think, somebody wanted me to disappear. But, I'm awesome.
He smiles.
Of
course they do. Everybody likes you, Haley. Everybody around here, and these are the people I trust.
Okay.
So, before we go too much further, so last time, mostly, I guess, for the benefit of everybody, but just to give a quick reminder summary, you guys went on a run last time you got hired to find a troll, ex-con troll, insane psychopath, mystic adept troll who thought he was Thor, and you guys actually hunted this down pretty quickly and took him down pretty easily. Which your Johnson, the mage bounty hunter Higgs, was very pleased about. Yay! Another successful run.
Yeah, we dropped him and we got paid.
But things are going by and fairly, uneventful for you guys anyway. Things are going on in the city, but it's a Saturday, September 10th, 2078. Like I said, you guys have paid your rent and done all the things that you're going to do, making use of that money. And it's another hot and muggy day in Columbia, South Carolina. Not unusual, but everybody's counting the days down for when it starts to get cooler. But you, I guess it would be the pillar, get a phone call, and it pops up on your AR display or whatever you would be monitoring that through, and it shows up. It's Justice Shields giving you a call.
All right, yeah, I will pop it up. No, Mr. Shields, how can I help you?
Hey, Pillar, long time.
Pillar, man, you can call me Blake. What can I do for you?
All right, Blake. I got probably something. Well, not probably. I definitely got something for you and your pals over there. Some pretty good work that I think you guys might be interested in. I think you guys, it's a little more professional than what we've been doing in the past, and I think it could really land you guys going in the right direction with more professional future street kind of cred work? He's searching for words because, as he's constantly fumbling on himself when he interacts with you guys because he's very new at this as well.
Yeah, Mr. Shields, just stick to what you know. Tell me what the job is.
Well, got a guy who wants to talk to you guys. It's like I said, it's some professional sort of typical kind of breaking in. I probably should let him do most of the talking. I'll mess something up, but he said this evening, tonight, actually, he wants to meet here at my office with you guys and your pals. 10 o'clock at night.
All right, 10 o'clock tonight.
Just, come on and bring your friends and we'll, talk to them. It didn't sound like you guys would be jumping up and doing something right away. So no need to come ready and heated and packing,
All right, we'll leave the big guns at home. I won't tell Leroy. Oh, I'm joking. We'll be there, 10 o'clock. Sharp.
He chuckles uncomfortably at that.
All right.
At the joke about Leroy, that is.
Yeah. After the phone call, Pillar will send a DNI to everybody. Let them know they have a dinner date.
I wasn't really sure if that was a joke, actually.
Well, maybe he was hoping it was a joke, and so.
I mean, so long as they don't try to mind control me, I won't have to leap across the table. It's fine.
No one tried to mind control you, bro. I tried to explain this to you over and over, man.
Hey, quick question. Can I acquire magical lodge materials from my contact? It's availability 12, but it's not restricted or forbidden.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. What force are you trying to get?
6.
Yeah, that's where the 12 comes from. Yeah, I'm not gonna. If it were higher than that, I'm not gonna make you go through the rigmarole of rolling that. That's just annoying.
Okay, yeah. So as soon as I get my new digs, I'm gonna start setting up a permanent lodge there.
All right, cool.
And a few days in, after I get the lodge set up and everything, maybe around September 10th, or maybe earlier, I'm planning on throwing a housewarming party.
Nice.
I'll, of course, invite the team and any of my new neighbors. And
Yeah.
Rudolph, but he's probably too busy to show up to something like that.
Yeah, Rudolph doesn't come, but some people, your neighbors definitely show up. Jocelyn.
I'll invite Higgs.
Higgs will definitely show up as well.
And there's not much to it. A few different bottles of synthahol, a trid set with some relatively new games on it, but still not a high-end trid set, and something playing music out of a boombox nearby.
Nice. Everybody has a good time. Jocelyn brings alcoholic popsicles.
Sweet.
Nice.
Payday and Eon bring nothing.
You brought Eon. That's more than enough.
Yeah, brought some
You
personality.
brought yourselves. I'm amazed you even showed up. It's amazing.
Leroy will
Great
show up
sound system.
with a case of Soyweiser, and we'll probably be giving Haley a little bit of a side eye at the time.
Haley will be having fun and wondering why you keep glaring at her because she's having fun.
Pillar
Get
will
your-
try to consistently tell Haley that he's into you.
Ew, he's old.
Yeah,
He
but,
totally is.
I'm not going to proceed this. No, it'd be fine.
He may be old, but he's an elf, so it doesn't count.
You can't hear us. You be quiet over there. No, Pillar will do this little routine, but she'll pat Haley on the arm and obviously be teasing her about it. Guys with blue hair, that's more your type, right?
All right. Well, the party, everybody has a fun time. At some point, some broody goth woman tries to make a move at Payday, but
Payday, being broody himself, will be rather not interested in anything that she's offering, and which will probably just spur her on, I imagine.
takes her a while to get the hint, but she eventually does.
Yeah, occasionally, eventually Payday will kind of end up hanging out more with Leroy. Look, you've got to help me out here. Make an excuse for me. I got to get out of here.
So Rob's first thought process was to have him just start a fight with you. Just like throw a punch and start a fight in his new apartment.
Pillar, go break it up.
I mean, he's not going to do it, but that was Rob's first thought. It's like, no, you need a reason out here. We'll just have a fight.
Haley, did you see that? Leroy almost punched Payday. What do you think's going on over there?
Wow, I don't know. That didn't happen. Maybe we
Um,
should go and see what's going on.
Nah, let's not. At least he's not staring at you anymore. You wanna play darts?
Look, this is really
Sure.
awkward, and it's not a good time for me.
Did I see the crazy amount of signals that the goth chick was putting out?
Of course.
So he's gonna point at her with his Soyweiser, and that's as good a reason as any to leave.
Yeah, I mean, what do I have to prove to anybody? I can just leave if I want to.
I mean, she's right there. I'm not judging you.
What do you mean by that?
Is she also a dwarf, or is Sheila a human or something?
She's a human.
So he'll kind of, I guess, lower his voice a little, or I will lower my voice a little bit. Like, look, human, you're a dwarf. This is the South. It's not going to be any kind of long-term thing. Go, have fun. Stop being a you.
That's exactly what I'm trying to avoid. Fun. I didn't come to this party for fun.
He's actually going to look slightly amused and puzzled because that doesn't compute. He came here for the beer and to keep an eye on Haley, so that's why he's here. He's working.
Whatever. I'm going home.
Well, I bought like 100 million of the cheapest beer I could find.
It's a lot of beer.
Payday grabs 2 of Leroy's beers and storms out of there.
Pillar snorts Nova Coke laugh.
Excellent.
And on his way out, just great party, Elric. This is fantastic. I'm out of here.
Bye. Thanks for coming.
If I see the goth girl, I will totally like ping her his comp code.
That's awesome.
All right.
Ruined my day.
Like I'm trying to help a brother out.
Yeah, of course. All right. Well, party goes great, like I said, and but Pillar got a phone call probably the next day. You're probably hungover when you got the phone call from Justice Shields, but you got plenty of time to get over that because the meeting's not until 10 o'clock that night.
That's good. We'll snort another line, and well, I'll get everyone together, and then before we go over there, I'm gonna snort a line. Tell everybody, hey man, Justice has got a job for us. He wants us to be there at 10 o'clock. He said, leave the big guns at home. Yeah, we're gonna be there. Everybody got this? Hey, I got a car now. Haley and bro, you need a ride?
Yeah.
Yeah, swing on by.
I will swing by. It'll be 20 to you. Yeah, pay for gas.
What kind of car is it?
It's a Cocotaxi. You're gonna love it.
All right, you go and pick him up, and he just sort of like looks at it for a long time, gives you a level stare. He says, "This car is awesome!"
Right? They didn't even repaint it. It still looks like a taxi.
And he's just kind of climbing around it and checking it out from all different angles.
Get in. Let's go get Haley.
Oh, right.
I just posted a link in chat of what, for those of you who don't know, what Pillar's new car looks like.
God, you're gonna fit 3 people in that?
Hell yeah.
Wow,
Sorry,
Payday's going to
2
be
people and an
impressed.
orc.
For our listeners who
Okay.
want to know what a Cocotaxi looks like, just look up Cocotaxi on Google image search.
Where am I supposed to sit?
It's a bench seat in the back, darling. You got this. Just sit on down there.
Okay.
Yeah, I sit here in this little middle seat. Don't move too much back there. This thing sways really bad.
So as you guys head over to West Columbia in the Cocotaxi, you go over the Gervais Street Bridge over the river, and it's kind of scary. The lanes are already pretty narrow, and that thing's pretty wobbly, and the wind picks up.
Elric's mixing up some alchemy in the back.
Do that now. I mean, what if you put on her? She'll crash.
No, it's nothing like that. Worst case scenario, she becomes a more alert driver.
Okay, well then can I dump it on her?
What?
You said it would make her a more alert driver. Can I just dump it on her? I'll blame you.
No, that's not how it works. Drek, do you have any vodka on you?
No.
Never mind. I'll have to use this crappy beer.
The person sitting on the other side of you, though, probably has vodka on them now because of the bumps in the...
I'm going to throw together a new concoction. I'll do a rating. I'll do a Force 4 a combat sense alchemical concoction. Will be contact based. It's a detection spell, so I can do that.
Deal.
All right, well, I'm going to let you roll that while we get, when you guys pull up in front of the place, Justice Shields is standing out front, smoking a cigarette, waiting for you guys to, and as he sees, he keeps smoking. As you pull up, he looks a little confused, and then it's like, once it dawns on him that it's you guys, because he's never seen the car before, he kind of throws his cigarette on the ground and stomps it out, and then walks up and says, hey, nice ride.
Yeah,
If
it's,
you think so, you can ride in it.
I'll take you around the block. You want to ride?
Well, you know, I kind of want to get to business, you know what I mean?
All right. Yeah, you're right. Our
Payday-
friend's here yet?
Yeah,
will
he's
pull
waiting
up.
inside my office.
Payday will pull up behind the Cocotaxi.
You definitely will see it because it's bright yellow, so you know you won't accidentally hit it.
Yeah, he gets out and gives it the long stare. He doesn't actually break from looking at this shame of a vehicle to even look at the other 3 runners and just shakes his head, goes inside.
He's jealous, man. Can't fit a drone in this thing.
You know, when you see them parked together, his car does look a lot cooler.
Aw, you wound me, bro. Pillar's
No, I love the Cocotaxi, but man,
gives him a look of shame and anguish.
weapon mounts on that thing yet? About like a high-tech super autopilot thing that can talk and have a personality and shoot the gun and stuff.
Oh wait, so you're not talking about the Cocotaxi?
No, I am talking about the Cocotaxi.
Still just slow
He
head
thinks
nod.
it's a Johnny
that is-
taxi.
Right.
Never mind. Let's go in and do this business. Oh, here, and I go up to Leroy and pass him a small. It's basically like a small metal drinking flask. Rick hits the fan. Drink this.
He's just gonna kind of look it up and down.
It shouldn't interfere with your cyberware.
Sure. Thanks, kid.
It should be good for at least the next 8 hours, I think.
He'll put it in his back pocket as one is wont to do with flasks.
I mean, once you use it, it'll only last a few minutes, but it should, retain its... never mind. Just drink it if something happens. We get into a fight or whatever. Or if you think we're going to get into a fight.
Or you think you're going to start a fight.
Oh, and let me know how it works. It's the first time I've actually put one of these together for practical use.
And he'll just kind of look back and forth between the flask and then to Haley for making the comment about you starting a fight, and then
I had to use Meisterbrow as the base instead of vodka, so it might not work quite as well, but just, any feedback would be helpful.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Part of him is thinking, is this guy using me as a guinea pig?
Yes.
I was about to say, well, the answer is yes, but that's besides the point.
Here, drink this mysterious liquid that I have never made before. Thanks, kid.
All right, well, when you guys get inside and you go into the office, those of you who have met him before notice right away Z-Trip is sitting there.
Oh, hey, kid.
Hi.
And he stands up and he sees Haley and he says, hey, and says to everybody else who he's spoken to before, he says, hey, how's it going, everybody? Good to see you.
Literally, I'll take the opportunity when it arises to sit between Z-Trip and Haley.
Sorry, I forget. Should I know who this is?
We'll lean over and whisper in Haley's ear when that happens. But say, I told you, he's got a thing for you, man.
What is going on?
I don't know. You got it going on.
Z-Trip, Elric would have seen him at Morningstar's party that one time. He had a long conversation with not a long, but had a conversation with Leroy. He's also the one that Haley has called before. He's the one that Haley paid to get you guys the information on the Phantoms on your first run.
Okay, I guess I'll give him a nod, but when I step inside the doorway, I'll move to one side and lean against the door, fold my arms, and do my best to look tough.
Yeah. So what you see of Z-Trip is, he's got his blue hair and kind of in a faux hawk, and he's an energetic kind of guy and kind of precocious. He kind of likes to talk to people, and he's a small build but muscular or at least fit, and he's very happy to see everybody, and sits. There's kind of like a conference table in this room, a small conference table, and he sits next to Justice Shields, your fixer, and he says, "Yeah, I wanted to get you guys here to. I've got as I'm sure Mr. Shields told you guys, I got a proposition for you, and I wanted to, instead of calling you directly, I wanted to make sure that you guys didn't think I was exploiting any kind of connections or something like that. I wanted to do it on the up and up and go through your professional here."
I'd like to shift my attention to astral space to make sure there aren't any nasties lurking around, and assuming there aren't, I'm going to go ahead and assense him.
Okay, there's nothing obvious around, right? So you can feel free to assense him.
It's 4 hits on assensing. I'm mainly interested to make sure that it's really him, and get a good feel for his aura. And if it turns out to be there's something nasty lurking underneath his appearance, like he's possessed by a spirit or something, or he's under an illusion, I'd like to know about it.
No, you don't notice any magic that's going on. He's not awakened himself or anything like that, and everything seems to be legit and on the up and up, especially for the things that you're looking for. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
All right, I'm going to call up a Force 4 fire spirit and have it hang out in astral space, but have the orders to protect our team, manifesting if necessary to burn the direct out of whoever's trying to kill us.
Sure.
So, what's the job?
Well, I've got a tip on some early development of some new tech coming out of a local corp around here. Single A kind of corp, not talking about SK or Horizon here, but something that I need some help getting my hands on. And I'm offering 7,000 new yen each, so 35,000 new yen for the whole bundle. You guys interested? We want to talk more?
So what, some type of tech, but we gotta go on site probably? I'm assuming this ain't some Matrix job where you do it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can handle the Matrix. I mean, so the only reason I'd be calling in a team of people like you, I'm sorry, I don't mean for that to, anyway. The only reason I'd be calling in a team of people to help me out is if I needed some on-site help.
All right. it's rent, so how about we do it for 75, and you owe this one a favor. So like thumb Haley, in case we need your help again.
75. Well, go ahead and roll negotiations for me.
42, because I didn't put the greater than. 5. 3 hits.
All right, he says 75. You know what? He doesn't seem to actually put up that much of a fight. It's almost like he's pretending like he's going to put up a fight, and he says 75. Okay, I can do 75 each. And also to sweeten the deal, how about this? Haley, if you guys can help me out with this, Haley, I can promise that I can get you some help with some information that I know you've been looking for. You said a favor for her? That's what I'll help her with.
Pillar look at Haley. That's good with you, dear?
Yeah.
You
know what I were.
He kind of raises his eyebrows. After when he said that, he like raises his eyebrows and kind of like in that way where he's like, like I got what you want. So we square, we good?
Yeah, sounds good, kid. Don't you be over there growling. What do you need from us?
Yeah, spit it out.
All right. So here's the deal. The corp we're looking at is a local one I'm sure you guys have heard of called Blue Data. Yeah. So like I said, I'm sure you've heard of them. Big hotshot, homebrewed tech corp around here in Columbia. And apparently they've got plans for a new comlink security dongle coming down the pipe. All right. This sucker is going to be amazing if they can pull it off. It's got some crazy reverse engineered ICE algorithms in it that allows the owner of the device to perform ICE-like attacks on users attempting to hack the firewall, And I want those plans.
Elric looks totally captivated and completely confused.
Yeah, and he would too, because like this is exactly the kind of stuff that Elric wants to know everything about, because Z-Trip actually goes a little too far into talking about like geeking out about technical details and everything. And once he realizes he might be losing people, he reins himself back and he says, the bottom line is, I want those plans.
I have no idea what you said, but I want to record it and use it as my ringtone.
He smiles real big. He says, I like this kid.
Well, why can't you just get the plans?
Good question. Always asking the good questions, Haley. So here's the thing. I had a line on these plans when I got tipped off about them, but I lost them. See, if it were just a matter of getting into the Blue Data host, I could handle that. No sweat, right? But it was moved to a secure R&D server after the plans were approved for their first level pre-prototyping. The thing hasn't been made into a prototype yet. These are just schematics, research design, stuff like that. And that host in the R&D department of their division, it's in one of these no wireless rooms, you know what I mean? So need your guys' help.
All right, yeah, no problem. You got any more information on this?
Other than
details about what we're gonna be with inside.
Other than the fact that it's Blue Data's one of their two main sites there, it's kind of I guess what I would be paying you guys for. You know what I mean?
Elric sends over text to the group. Does anyone know what the direct he's actually asking us to do here?
Haley will send back get plans, and it will include a emoticon of duh.
Payday will write back, get him a new haircut. That's my guess.
Elric is even more confused, but he'll go along with whatever Pillar says.
So he says, yep, summarize. I know I kind of might have jumbled a bunch of gobbledygook at you guys, but this is what I'm looking for. He sends you guys over a name and what would you call it? Like a project number and stuff like that, and like detail that you could use to identify whatever project you're looking for and plans and whatnot. He sends that to you guys and he says, this is what you're looking for. It's going to be located on their R&D host inside the place. I need you guys in to get it out, and bring it to me. Bring to me that file and all relevant files that are tagged with this information.
So we have to get inside Blue Data, we have to get inside this room, and we have to get inside the server that plans are on.
That's right.
You're only computer person. Think you can do that?
Well, I mean, I'll call some friends.
We just gotta get you on site, darling. You can plug right in, right?
I'm not sure what I'm plugging into.
You get some trodes. We'll figure out whatever the server is in. You just stick your head into it.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, there you go. See, she's got no problem.
Oh, I'm filled with confidence. Thank you.
Good.
Literally
Seem like you need it.
Shoot you a look like, where did he find a sense of humor?
All right, when do you need this done by?
Well, I want it to be. You guys got some time. There's no hard time limit for this. The soft time limit is I would like it to be done before they can move this on to actual prototyping. The difficulty is who knows how long that'll be. You know, some people it's going to get into probably like a project queue and all this kind of corporate bull dreck. But you know, if they like it a lot, it'll get rushed through. If there's problems, it could go back to the drawing board over and over again. Who knows? So basically, long story short, ASAP is probably when I need it by.
You've got it.
But we're talking in the order of a couple of weeks that you got at least. So do your homework.
Yeah, well, it also happens that ASAP is my preferred duration for the time before I get paid next. So
Right.
I'm telling you guys, I like this kid.
we'll make it happen.
You're finally speaking my language.
Kind of turns and gives you a big smile.
I've heard enough about all this mumbo jumbo. We done here?
Yeah, I heard that somebody has a sweet ride out front, and I want to take a look at it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's got all the bells and whistles.
So he gets up and he says, "Somebody show me the car."
Pillar
we're gonna-
work Payday and just give him a gesture of like, "Go on, good sir."
Elric will kind of hang toward the back.
Payday will lead the way. Assuming, of course, he's talking about the sweet GMC Phoenix.
Funny you should mention it, because once he gets outside and Payday goes to show him that car, he says, "Oh, this is awkward. I meant this beauty right here," and he points to the Cocotaxi.
Yeah, that's about as awkward as that haircut you've got. Looks like
He
you got
doesn't
caught in a
understand
belt sander.
Quality driving, right? We needed something to get around in. Look at this thing. It's C3.
This guy's a comedian. I love him.
He looks genuinely interested in the Cocotaxi.
Pillar, you want to ride? Haley, why don't you come jump in?
Holy cow, I want to ride.
Do a little
Hey,
ride
Payday,
fly.
I think your car is cooler. Can I drive it around the block?
No, you can't drive it around the block. Only I drive my car. That's it. You can have a ride in the back seat.
I'll take it. I hop in.
See, he likes my car.
Z-Trip is already in the Cocotaxi and doesn't hear Payday.
Yeah, Pillar jumps right in, tells Haley, "Get in the back with Z-Trip. Let's go. We'll do a block."
I get in.
Going to find the best K-pop song I can and play it as loud as possible.
Absolutely. Well, at 10:30 at night, you guys go gallivanting around the rougher part of West Columbia, blasting K-pop from what looks like the car from one of those.
Motherland of Cuba. That's right.
I was thinking the things that hang from the cables that go over, top of amusement parks.
Elric takes a number of photos with his comlink and also gets some rides in the Cocotaxi as well.
I imagine Leroy and Payday are just sitting there, arms crossed, like,
Oh, that's a great vehicle there. Reliable, sturdy.
Don't forget
love the wobble.
economical.
All right.
And at some point, Elric is going to approach Pillar privately and ask her to explain what the direct we've been hired to do, because I really have no idea.
Oh, don't worry, kid. We're just going to get Haley on site, and we're going to get a little bit of information handed over to this kid.
See, I really still don't know what that means. Is that code for something?
No, we're literally going to download some data out of the Matrix. That's it. Easy peasy. You got this.
What part do I do?
Make sure we don't get engulfed by fire spirits.
Well, I suppose I can do that.
Thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed. This show would literally not be possible without the generous support of our patrons over at Patreon. If you like the show and you want to help support it, head on over to patreon.com/complexaction. Supporting can get you access to GM notes and some other rewards, some things related to other parts of Complex Action, and all sorts of things. Just check it out. That's patreon.com/complexaction to help. There were also several NPCs or organizations which were provided by patrons of Complex Action that featured in this episode, and those were Tomatoes, the future karate instructor for Elric, submitted by Jacob McQuaid, Morningstar, submitted by Handsome Bald Man, and the ever-present and ongoing Z-Trip, submitted by Justin Fenton. Thank you guys. Thank you for your submissions and helping to make this show a reality early on. I appreciate it. The character art seen on our YouTube page and various other social media places was done by Ethan Brewerton. Check out his awesome Shadowrun artwork at esbrewerton.tumblr.com and let him know that we sent you. The background music in this episode is brought to you by Prism Shard. To hear more of his Shadowrun-inspired music, head on over to soundcloud.com/prism-shard and give him some love. The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to Complex Action to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its websites, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Complex Action in any official capacity whatsoever.